Ethereum's NUPL indicator, the key to predicting market bottoms. This little-known Ethereum signal nailed the market bottom and nobody saw it coming. While most investors were panicking during the Ethereum downturn earlier this year, one powerful on-chain indicator was quietly flashing a buy signal that proved remarkably prescient. And this is the part most people miss about market timing. Leading blockchain intelligence company Glassnode has highlighted a fascinating Ethereum indicator that successfully identified the price floor before the cryptocurrency's recent impressive upward movement. This revelation came from their collaborative analysis with major crypto exchange Coinbase. The indicator in question? The Net Unrealized Profit/Loss (NUPL) metric, a sophisticated tool that precisely quantifies whether Ethereum holders collectively sit in profit or loss territory at any given moment. But how exactly does this mysterious metric work? Unlike simple price charts, NUPL conducts a deep examination of every single coin's transaction history on the network. For each Ethereum token, it determines the price at which it was last transferred. When comparing this historical transfer value to Ethereum's current market price, the system can determine whether that specific token is underwater, in loss, or above water, in profit. Imagine tracking millions of Ethereum tokens simultaneously. Those purchased below today's price represent unrealized gains, while those bought above represent paper losses. NUPL brilliantly aggregates all these individual positions and calculates their net difference, creating a market-wide sentiment gauge. When NUPL registers a positive reading, it signals that Ethereum investors as a collective group are holding more paper profits than losses. Conversely, when NUPL dips below zero, it reveals that unrealized losses dominate the ecosystem, often a sign of widespread investor pain and potential capitulation. Glassnode's illuminating chart demonstrates exactly what happened to Ethereum's NUPL throughout recent market cycles. What immediately stands out is the dramatic plunge in Ethereum's NUPL earlier this year, coinciding with a significant price collapse. During this tumultuous period, the indicator plummeted to approximately -0.2, signifying that investors had fallen into a substantial net loss position. But here's where it gets fascinating: this wasn't just any ordinary decline. Under Glassnode's analytical framework, when NUPL reaches such extreme negative territory, it qualifies as entering the capitulation zone, a psychological threshold where even the most steadfast investors may surrender their holdings in despair. This matters tremendously because cryptocurrency markets frequently move contrary to crowd sentiment. When widespread losses reach extreme levels, it often signals that selling pressure has exhausted itself, creating fertile ground for a market bottom to form. The chart clearly illustrates this principle in action. Once NUPL descended into the capitulation territory, it marked the perfect entry point before Ethereum's subsequent rally. As Ethereum's price has surged in recent weeks, investor sentiment has naturally brightened considerably. However, savvy traders would be wise to continue monitoring this NUPL metric closely. Here's why. When the pendulum swings too far in the opposite direction and unrealized profits become excessively dominant, another market shift could become increasingly probable, this time toward a downward correction. But how has this technical analysis translated to actual price performance? The results speak for themselves. Ethereum has dramatically decoupled from Bitcoin's performance, with ETH prices skyrocketing by over 20% during the past 7 days alone, reaching impressive heights around the $3,600 threshold. Do you believe on-chain metrics like NUPL truly provide predictive power, or is this simply coincidental pattern matching? And more controversially, if these indicators do work, should retail investors have access to the same tools as institutional players, or does this simply create self-fulfilling prophecies? Share your thoughts in the comments below.